Hey guys, it's Kiran. I've been a little MIA for the last couple weeks. I got school starting and a whole bunch of other stuff, so dropped the ball a little bit. Sorry. Anyway, I'm back. Today's topic is fears and, our fears related to transition and stuff. And for me, that's a little different because I'm not seeking to medically transition, so I guess my fears stem from the social anxiety of being misgendered and all the sort of social constructs that come along with gender, and fears of not being accepted as the person that I am, and fears and anxiety having to explain to people what being bigender or identifying as non binary is. So that's equally frustrating. Not exactly the funnest thing to have to do. I found that a good way to manage those fears, though, is to just try and gather as much confidence as I can and, just be really straightforward with people and answer. You don't really have to answer questions. I know a lot of people say, like, you can answer as many as you feel comfortable with. I'm not really the kind of person to show and tell or share because, I'm almost 30. I mean, I don't feel that I have to out myself willingly to people. Like, I'll help whoever's needed, but like if it's a stranger on the street that gets curious as to how my girlfriend can have, a boyfriend and a girlfriend, I don't really feel like outing myself. So that's like not really my cup of tea. I mean, if people are curious, I'll explain it if I know them, but if I don't know them, I'm not gonna go like tell her school friends or something. That's like her college buddies. They don't need to know that. Like, not their business. So I kind of keep that on the down low. When it comes to just like dealing with personal fears about transition, a lot of mine is through being misgendered, but I find that, just being confident and not really caring so much and just correcting people helps. Like, you can say, if someone misgenders you, you can say, actually it's he, or it's I prefer they, or just try and, stand up for yourself. Um, that really helps me deal with misgendering. Sometimes you just gotta deal with it. I mean, as shitty as it is, but can't happen. I mean, there's a lot of people that are like, fight the system, correct people every time they misgender you, but it's tiring. It gets really tiring, and I've been correcting people for 15 years now, and I just let them do it. I'm like, I'm not gonna fight with you because it's just not worth it. Especially in my area, there's a bunch of like people that just don't understand it. It's just not worth fighting with people, and it's a lot of safety issues too. Like, I've been lucky in that whenever I like go use a restroom, I usually pick the neutral stall, or if I've actually used a men's restroom, like I'll just get in, get out, like just do your thing and leave so nobody really notices, but I don't tend to put myself in situations where I could be in trouble. I have a lot of fears where, somebody will out me or I'll get in a fight or like whatever. Those are my fears, like getting assaulted. Those are big fears, but I try not to put myself in harm's way. I don't go out a lot. I'm a very much a homebody. So I'm not like going to the bar. I'm not doing anything crazy. So I stay home with my partner and we watch TV. So it's not like I'm gonna have somebody like get mad at me out in public because I'm usually, if I need to go pee, I like use a gender neutral stall or I just wait till I get home. So not really an issue. And I have an STP that means that I could pull over in my car and, pee on the side of the road if I had to. So I just think that keeping yourself safe is really important, and always travel in groups. Don't go anywhere by yourself. If you don't trust the people you're with, then try and extract yourself from the group and just get back home as fast as you can. You never know who's going to try and, do something shady. Just keep yourself, be aware of your surroundings and be sure that you can trust people wherever you're at. Just make sure that people are cool with you, and if you think that somebody's going to be creepy or not respect you or try and give you a hard time, try and get yourself out of that situation as quickly and safely as you possibly can. Like, know your rights and don't try and start a fight with a guy that's like bigger and stronger than you. Don't try and start a fight with a girl. Just don't fight with people. Like, if you want to get in somebody's face, that's all well and good, but you kind of have to accept the consequences of getting in somebody's face, which means that you could get the crap kicked out of you. I mean, by all means, if you want to get in a fight. But I try to err on the side of pacifism. I mean, unless somebody really offends me, you can yell at somebody all you want, but when you start flinging punches, that gets a little messy. Just stand your ground. Don't be a doormat, but at the same fight, don't go looking for a fight. There's a big difference. I'm afraid of losing my partner a lot of the time because when I get dysphoric, it gets really bad, and I don't want to lose her. That's my biggest thing is I don't want to lose my partner. She means the world to me. We've been together for almost 10 years, so without her, I don't know what I would do. Like, so that's a big thing for me. I try to balance things one way or the other and just try and keep as stable a relationship as possible. She's really accepting. I'm really lucky. But losing her would be really, really bad. Like, I have a lot of fears that my gender issues will really drive a wedge between us, so I try and make it as comfortable as possible for her to be, to get accepting and to just kind of be with me. I try and make it as easy as possible. I don't like I'm lucky in that everything there's no issues with us. It's not like sex is an issue, nothing is an issue. Like, she loves me for me, and we can do everything without any sort of uncomfortableness because we've been together for 10 years and I've been out as bigender for like the last 3 or 4, so she knows and she accepts me, and we're fine. So there's no real problem there, which is good. That's always really helpful. So I still fear that this will really drive a wedge between us, but I think that we've hit a point now where we're going really good with the whole gender thing, and that we don't really it's not really a factor unless I get really dysphoric, and then eventually it passes and we can go back to like normal everyday life. But when it get really bad, it's like we're down in the dumps for a couple days, and even sometimes a couple weeks, and it's really stressful. So I'm really glad that I have her to depend on, and I'm sure it's hard to deal with. But I mean, I'm just grateful that she supports me through it all. So that's about it. Those are just some of my fears, and I think that everybody's fears are different, and how you handle them is up to you. But don't let yourself get walked on, and try and stand up for yourself. That's really important, is to know what you're worth and know that you deserve to be treated with the utmost respect at all times. So keep yourself safe and have a good time out there, and I will see you guys next week.